Okay, so let me get to the point that I've been trying to make. Not about what this is all about. What this is all about is, I believe, strong entities, misguided, with a little bit of help by me, but I thought I was acting for criminals. And, you know, somebody didn't vet some information and let this proliferate and turn into a hysterical moral panic type situation and get really, really out of hand. But, you know, and I read about this that the FBI had gotten in some heat about doing this. And what I want to say is, I'm very, very sorry to people that I've spent time with in my past that seems to have been drawn into this. And what I mean by that is, you know, I am a weird guy. I am when I say weird, not that kind of weird. It's just that I'm not afraid generally to look at, to study, maybe even try to understand a person's uh, another person's whatever it is about themselves. I'm not doing it secretly or anything like that. It's from people I meet and talk to, and so you know, I don't judge people on their kinks per se, and I'm always curious about them just because whatever that reason is, I don't know. You know, I took my own curiosities after I got clean, and you know, I was a work in progress. You know, it was my first time being clean in a decade, so that's classy. Woo, classy. So America is a dumpster fire, also, but this is very important because they've let me know by using pictures of some of people I've known in my past, superimposed, or I don't know, a couple of them don't seem they're superimposed at all. But it just makes me miss these people, and but you know, thinking about the background of where you know, some kind of investigator says, "Well, I don't know. Look at this stuff. And look at this." Like, oh my god. Uh, so you know, I got some explaining to do. And like I said, I wrote it to 19 different Congress people. I didn't say specifically in there because you know I don't know if any of them, hardly any of them, got to the Congress people. I don't think. My father was able to. He was driving me around and things like that, and he saw that I had these big stack of manila folders with a lot of information. And you know, I don't know how deep all this stuff is, but I mean, was he able to keep them from being mailed, even though I put them in myself at the post office? I have a feeling that he's a you know, he's got some connections, and considering all of the things that now realize, you know, the Dexter NFL thing, when Tatum had Mia, those kind of things, big kind of complex, multi-person, and people, lies, I guess, uh, or embellishments or something, but something that was supposed to get me churned up. I was supposed to lose my mind about that. I was supposed to, you know, when I came back from that trip, I went and I went to Liz's house and confronted, was it mom or dad or whatever? We had the people all together, and I said, "Who? Which one of you guys didn't become the parent with Dexter and just say the grandparent and just say what needs to be said, and that's it." And you know, he's just a younger guy, and it's okay. He can love NFL all he wants to, but he's got a daughter in the infirmary, and that's where the fuck he's going to be. There's no question. Is it? Uh, you will watch a game on your phone, or you will go later, or whatever the fuck. You know, and of course they go even further. Like he was meeting his mistress, or was that what he was doing? I don't fucking know. But you got to remember too. When I went and talked to him, I never. None of that stuff is any of my business. I don't care about fucking dramatics. It's real simple. Mia's my niece, and you, uh, that's your daughter. You take care of your daughter. You don't take care of your daughter. You don't take care of my niece, and I come and I kick your fucking big old ass. And if I don't do it the first time, like I told him, they're like, I'm not gonna not get up though. You're gonna deal with me until you say fuck it. Yes, yes, I'll not do that again or whatever. He's a good man, Dexter, for the most part. Whatever reason it is, and like I said, so I had to tap into whatever it was and proliferate it. And it wasn't like I certainly didn't want to stir up relationships from my past and people from my past in a manner like this, that's for sure. And when I say like this, I cannot know for certain, but if they're using your photos and things like that in ways that is I'm gonna guess that they have your permission, and if they don't, well, let me tell you something. Anyway, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of you people in a long time, and what a way to see some of y'all. Just kidding. I'm sure if you guys saw me, if they showed you what I was up to, then when I say up to, understand. People were telling me straight up they're invading my privacy. I'm all like, good, all right, I'm gonna give you something to really watch, and you're gonna show everybody. And well, guess what? It's gonna lead right back to you, dumbasses. I don't give a shit about any of these other people that have done anything to me. I give a shit about the principals, the idiots that started the bullshit, and even more over them, the people in the powerful positions that didn't vet their information. Because I ain't got no problem. I mean, I've made some mistakes, and there's still some people I could probably say sorry to about some things, but nothing like this. Burn the fucking house down, try to kill me in a trade. I mean, even the business was, but that was kind of, that's not. I don't think that was just this, but when whatever it was, you guys were cooking and got into the probably after meeting Carmen, was able to get into the atmosphere where I was staying at in that area. Is it did what it had to do, right? I mean, it ended up with this house on fire. Anyway, I ain't crying about all that. It is what it is. I apologize to anyone I've ever spent any time with. Almost everyone. There's a couple, only a couple, but everyone. You know, I wish I could have run into you somewhere in an airport or a beach or someplace else and caught up. And hopefully, many of you are married and have children or excelling at whatever it is that you're doing now, or yeah, that y'all are okay. And for anybody who's been traumatized by any of this, I please welcome, please, because yes, when we're boyfriend and girlfriend, I can be a jealous and tough and mean individual, but you also know that I am very sensitive to all of you guys. I mean, this conversation I'm having right now is very, I'm swimming in a sea of emotions at this exact moment because for most of you, we've had decent times, and yeah, breakup nasty. I'm an asshole at times, and sometimes abrasive, and sometimes fucking dangerous. I know it. I'm so sorry. It's not like that anymore as much. Well, I can't really say that. The situation that we've been in forces me to fucking throw up some fucking spikes, you know. But that's not where I want to be. I want to be exactly where I was, not as confused about things, but where I was before everything went to when the avalanche before the avalanche started. So I'd say that's probably a year and a half before the fire. And I just am so sorry that any of y'all have been using this, or that um, things may have been said to you in a way that may be firing off ideas like, oh yeah, you know what? I always knew that fucker was weird. I am fucking weird, but not that kind of weird. Goofy weird. Weird like fucking I don't know, I always got some kind of trivia about something that might be kind of like on the edge of like being dirty, but it's not exactly, but it is, but not. I like that kind of stuff because I like to make people laugh and soften things up between people. Sometimes it's okay to be able to get into, anyway, the people that I know or have had relationships with or friendships with or even just hung out with. I think they know that in the long run, I don't want to hurt anybody. That I'm just a sensitive person that at times has blown up, and I have hurt them at times. And for Epiphany, it's I've hurt some of y'all for sure, but I've never done anything like whatever it is these people think that they've been told. And I'm not going to go into it about myself and cry about the. It's not about that. It's really I'm more concerned about, seriously concerned about. I am concerned about the abuses that are occurring to a lot of y'all, and for some of you that I can really speak with. I mean, you need to hear about this stuff that happened in Colorado and this 7-year-old and this 9-year-old and things that are just they are unacceptable. They are unacceptable. I'll be quite honest with you. Even if I was what they say, you don't treat another human like this. Not in America. If we ain't got, come on, we're America. We are America. This thing that we're doing with the prisons is going to create is horrible. We should be appalled, but nobody really knows until they go in. And please understand, there are more and more of us going in because these cops don't know what they're doing, and they're just locking people up just because they don't like them. That's kind of how I feel at times, but I do understand that what they used was a don't know what exactly, but a very very hefty motivator, and that's why I can't really hold it against hardly any of these people. But I'm also trying to keep my any of these people. Some of them are good Christians. Some of them will be good Christians. And if you're gonna make it to heaven, you can't fucking kill me, man. Because I mean, you kill me for something I did to you, but I mean, I haven't really done anything that worthy of killing since I was between 20 and 30, and um, just too much testosterone, too much jealousy, and I didn't. I've always said something about my dad and a little bit about my mom, but I just didn't know. I didn't know my parents were this fucking crazy, which means that I am a product of theirs, and there's just no way for me to escape any of what they're. Although I do not, I don't, you know, subscribe to most of it. I mean, I didn't even know my mom like this. Are you serious? I mean, my dad. Yeah, actually, he's no surprise there in a way, but I mean, just coward. I should have. I owed him a knuckle sandwich, right? And I should have gave it to him, even though I got sober, even though and he was supporting me. I mean, fair is fair, and I should have got just. He's so afraid of me. It's unbelievable because he knows not just from this, he knows from before. He knows, and he's just afraid of me on that. And I've told him I love him. I told him I forgive him about all that. And so, what does he do? Whatever this shit is that him and mom pulled off, whether it's about money. For a while, I thought that they were being. Man, I went to the fucking FBI 3 different locations and just begging for like get a job, something before I because I don't want to go. I don't want to fucking have to say something about my parents being. They're my parents. I fucking love them. I don't want to protect criminals, but at the same time, it's just simple. They're my fucking parents. She's my sister. I love these people. Doesn't mean we're ever going to hang out again or anything, but there's a lot of truth to be told, and I'm just so sorry for anybody that got pulled in, and I'm really sorry if they got you really wired up and hysterical about things, and if maybe some of you said some things and whatever. When I say whatever, it's not just whatever. Uh, you know, I'm basically haven't put my voice into the game at all. All this stuff with all this other stuff, that's not putting it into the game. Putting it into the game is, it's going through the channels where it's being fucking what it is, uh, so that we can understand how these organizations are manipulating people. I mean, everything I've seen, So what is this all about? Apparently, they don't have enough. How could they? And so they're just creating it by stimulating the worst in other Americans to act in ways, and other people see those acts and are like, "There's no way that there's that many motherfuckers pissed at this guy and he didn't do something." So in some ways, we try to earn it in some ways by being as fucking nasty and disgusting as we could possibly be to keep them online, keep drinking, using drugs. Is what are they gonna say? I came and then I didn't use drugs for fucking a year and a half, and then all of a sudden I did. But they're not gonna talk about that first year and a half, right? So I'm gonna audit the whole system. As a matter of fact, I need to have a complete. I don't know if I gotta be dead or not, but because the poisons that have been pumped into me throughout, I'm not so certain that my mom didn't do something to me when I went to Hawaii the last time. Really strange, but or even feed me something funky. And with Carmen waking up with her on top of me, fuck all that shit. She's got access to everything. I have no fucking clue what happened when she was on top of me. I thought we were gonna have some sexy times. Anyway, I'm glad that didn't happen either. Sorry, I've never had a girlfriend where start feeling uncomfortable. I'm gonna go home. I get home and I'm like, fuck, man. For some reason, I feel like I've escaped fucking something horrible. Sorry, Carmen, but I'm sure it's not the first time you're hearing that. Anyway, that's just conclusion for now. I mean, there's so much, and I'm sure I'm gonna be sprung with all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the test. I am the fucking test. And I've put a Trey and I through it. We should be all over, not just the internet, but all over the fucking logs for every place we've been. And that's what we needed to show exactly where we are and exactly what we're doing, so that I can explain exactly what the fuck is happening. And then everybody can realize that we're fucking Americans and you shouldn't fuck with each other unless you fucking have to. And we should let the world know that too. But we can't even start with that if we can't do it with our neighbors. What I mean by that is like we need to fucking start having some self-respect for each other. We're goddamn Americans. That fucking matters. The rest of the world fucking relies on us. Right now, we're a bunch of fucking dumpster fire clowns fucking running around acting like we're so fucking cool. We ain't fucking cool. We fucking go up against Putin's army right now. Putin, I hate to say it, especially that Wagner group. Don't get me wrong, we got some fucking solid fucking but these youngins? I talked to a nurse the other day, 47 years into the business, and she's just like, I'm like, oh, what do you think about the young females and males that are coming through? They don't want to work. They don't give a shit. All they want is a check. I'm all like, they don't care about like they're taking care of people, hospital. I'm telling everybody, don't fly airplanes right now. Don't get an airplane. There's people that they don't know what they're just there to work. That's it, and it doesn't matter what you know what I mean. Just like how Boeing is cutting corners on shit that's like, oh, don't cut that fucking corner. I ain't getting on your fucking plane. And we don't give a shit. It's like, we can't give a shit. We ain't got no time to. Everything's fucking more expensive, and you don't know what the fuck is coming around the corner. Is your kid gonna be fucking high on fentanyl tomorrow? From fucking Skittles color to all this stuff is real stuff. I'm not trying to blow it up. The reality is we got a lot of stuff on our plate, but guess what? We gotta fucking take care of that and take care of our government because Nancy Pelosi just had a fucking watch her fucking debate with that guy from Mumford and Sons. She just fucking talking off and like fucking everything I say means good stuff and it's great and fucking as to describe define democracy. That drunk bitch didn't get it right at all. Fucking. So anyway, if the kids are learning from her, we ain't got no fucking chance. And they got so many grifts going. You know how bad we feel about Pelosi when her husband had that dude over. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's gay lover. Oh, he was fucking somebody. Oh, this." When you see the video, I felt so bad. All the newscasters too saw it was like, "Oh, no, it wasn't quite what we thought." No, that was a fucking true psycho, fucking hitting him in the head with a fucking hammer, and he's fucking fishing out on the. It was bad news, man. He just got 30 years. That guy, he deserves it. We're Americans. Let's take care of each other. We gotta love each other because otherwise we're gonna have a civil war. Or fucking Putin in China, they're just gonna come and take our asses and fucking send us to China to work in their factories so they can come move into our neighborhoods. Not a fucking joke. Let's do it right. Fucking the jails are fucking bunch of bullshit. The courts need fucking help big time. Love y'all, and I really apologize to many of you that have been. I think some of you have had your lives turned upside down by this, and that was never my intention. And quite honestly, I didn't do anything. And when you say, "Well, you did," no, fuck that. You invade my privacy. Some of the last things that we have of left of ourselves in this fucking country. I'm not giving that shit up, and I'm taking back what's been taken from all of us. We're gonna have a nation of laws again. And what I mean by that is like, not no fucking. We don't need gulags. We don't need none of that shit. We need everybody to realize that fuck it, work, make money. Let's not steal from each other too fucking much. Let's draw that back in. Cut these fucking corporations off. Watch what Pfizer's doing. Watch what's happening with this vaccine that we all fucking took and killing fucking a fair bit of us and hurting us. It's not a fucking joke. It's because we've been sitting down letting our politicians work for us. Unless you got Rand Paul working for you and a couple of others, a few others, there's very few that are actually working for any fucking one of us. I mean, you see that cat fight, AOC and fucking baby girl. What the fuck? That's fucking Congress, you dumb bitches. And Marjorie Green, she's the older one. She should have been setting the stage. Oh, and that black girl, what's up with her? I'll start brushing my teeth again and cut my hair and act like I'm civilized again. Never mind. Anyway, I'm still me. If you think that I'm that kind of an animal that I could talk like that right there, then fucking just come and put a bullet in my head. But make sure you got like 100 fucking rounds, because I don't know if y'all know or not, but we've had our share of all kinds of shit. It never seems to stick. Diarrhea for like 10 months, but I'll hop my ass around and do what the fuck I need to do. But we've been surviving anyway because if there's God in our country at all, he knows this place. He knows we need to fucking get some work done, and so he can appreciate that I fucking sold myself the way I did, and still will. I gotta fucking hold the line. So, but you can be sure it's not to fucking sit here and fucking be a limp dick about things. Sorry, that's a medical thing going on with me. But it's to be the best American I could ever be. Make sure that Atreyu's time that it's been sacrificed to all of this and other things that he's had to sacrifice are not for in vain. People think I'm a fucking a dog abuser. Janelle, and I know Janelle, I know that you know that I'm fucking tough, and I eased it with Atreyu for sure compared to JJ. But at the same time, oh, I'm gonna fucking start crying now. But they used your picture too, by the way, twice, maybe three times. One was never mind. Um, I really care about you guys, and even the shitty times if we had them and things like that. And I apologize that I'm such a intense, shitty guy, asshole. But I've softened on that and learned a lot since the fire. That's for sure. And I just wish all of y'all a good life. If you never want to speak to me, that'd be just fine too. But for anyone that's been hurt, man, I just feel terrible. I feel so bad. And for it ain't just for the children. It ain't just for the victims. It ain't it's it's for everybody. You can't just kill people and get rid of them. Not when we have knowledge and you're not gonna break the cycle. This is a cycle. It's 60 to 70, maybe 80% of it is learned behavior handed down and blah blah blah. And you know what I'm saying? Jesus, and all this stuff with P Diddy and all this fucking Drake and the music industry and fucking Clive, and I mean they're talking shit about fucking Sammy Davis Jr. Anyway, uh, yeah, I'm not trying to deflect or anything. It's always been real, and for those of you that know me since I was young, you know that I've always not been into this, but know about these kind of things because I don't know why. It's just always been the case. And it seems like there may be some even dark ass secrets in my family that for some reason I don't recall, or I don't know. But once again, I just hope all of y'all are doing good. And yeah, I want to leave it at that. Oh, and so basically they're just patting the shit out of this thing until and hoping somebody just fucking pokes me in the fucking neck with a fucking pencil so I die through a little air hole. I can't breathe. And, you know, shit down my fucking neck or something. Things that people sometimes feel they would like to do to the kind of people that do bad things like that. But the fact of the matter is, they're human too. If we're not going to come with strength, and don't get me wrong, I want to say this now: love and strength. And if they ain't gonna comply and turn, they want to be like that poly class asshole, fuckface. Goddamn, he was 3 names, 4 names. I think he had 4 names. He was, uh, you know, unfortunately, those kind of people. We should keep a death penalty. We should not get rid of a death penalty. We just got to make sure that whoever goes there is, having 20, 30, 40% fucking possibly fucking people on death row possibly being innocent is unacceptable. But for a person like that guy, he's proud enough to tell you exactly what he did and how he did it. And so, we'll just encourage that. For the rest of you, I hope you have a nice evening, and I hope I wish you just long lives, as much happiness as possible. I sure do miss the 80s. For any of you that we hung out during the 80s and the 90s.